What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update, fourth stimulus check update, and daily news. We got lots to cover. I actually got very good news on the fourth stimulus check package, the infrastructure package we're going to get to in a little bit. Also, going to go over some details on the third stimulus check. Several different things that may apply to you. And also, we're going to hear from the White House on the next stimulus package, the infrastructure package. So we're going to jump right in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on updates on the upcoming round of stimulus, student loan forgiveness, Social Security increases, mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, all the good things coming out in the next round of stimulus, the fourth round of stimulus. Hit the like button for us and let's jump right in. Okay, first we're going to go to White House economic advisor Brian Deese, who's answering some tough questions on the infrastructure package. Remember, Biden has unveiled the first part of the infrastructure package, which will be the next stimulus package. And the first part that has already been unveiled focuses mostly on physical infrastructure, as they have already announced the second part that will be unveiled will focus on human infrastructure and will likely see multiple different stimulus provisions in this bill before they pass it. We have almost 100 Democrats already pushing for not just one stimulus check in the next package, but for monthly recurring stimulus checks until at least until the pandemic is over. The smallest stimulus check we're seeing as proposals is $2,000, with $1,000 to $2,000 monthly recurring stimulus checks until the pandemic is over is what we're seeing right now. So currently, remember, President Biden passed the largest stimulus check yet to date, $1,400 and $1,400 for children and adult dependents this time around, which was great because that's more than double than we've seen for children in the past. And adult children and college students got stimulus checks this time around too. And it's likely that the next stimulus check will be even more than the third stimulus check was. So here we go with White House economic advisor Brian Deese, who's being asked questions by Fox News, who's a Republican station. So remember, the White House is typically Democrat because, well, they're Democrats. So they're being asked some tough questions by a Republican reporter. Here we go.
Happy Easter to you, sir. Let's start with the latest jobs numbers. In March, the economy added 916,000 new jobs, and the unemployment rate fell to 6% flat. And that was before the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill and the spike in vaccinations. Question, given all that, does the country need another $2 trillion in federal spending in this bill and trillions more in another bill that the president is going to lay out sometime in the next few weeks? We're talking about another at least $4 trillion in more government spending.
Well, the jobs numbers in March were certainly a welcome sign. It's good to see the economy starting to improve, and we certainly think that it's a sign that the economic and vaccination strategy that this administration has put into place from day one is starting to have an impact. But we have a long way to go. We still are down 8.4 million jobs from where we were a year ago. We have millions of people out of work. More than 2 million women have left the labor force because they've had to choose between caring for their family members and their jobs. And so we have a long way to go. What our plan says is let's keep the economy going. Let's see more job creation. That's a really good thing for the economy. But let's also think to the longer term about where are those investments that we can make that will really drive not just more job growth, but better job growth. Not just job growth in the short term, but job growth in the long term by investing in our infrastructure, by investing in our research and development in a way that we haven't since the 1960s. If we do that, we think we can not only have a strong job rebound this year, but we could sustain it over many years. That's the goal.
So real quick, just something to touch about. I kind of get, I don't know, thrown off a little bit when I see people say that we added all these jobs last month in March, 944,000, because honestly, I think that really skews things, and it's like showing you, as we talked about a few days ago, it's like showing you one side of the card. And remember, that's a Republican newscaster talking to the Democratic White House representative. So it's coming from a Republican point of view, which I get it. We added some jobs last month. That's good. That's what we should be doing. But here's the problem with this whole argument is that the weekly jobless claims, so literally just 1 week, are higher over the last week. As we'll see here, first time claims for unemployment benefits totaled 719,000 people last week. As you can see here, another headline too, might be easier for you to read. 719,000 people last week alone for the first time filed for unemployment. So yeah, we added 900,000 new jobs last month, but 719,000 people in just the last week lost their jobs. And this was what they were expecting, 675,000 people to lose their job. So this means that every single week, there's around 700,000 people losing their jobs for the first time. These are new claims every single week. So that is amazing to me that people can say the economy is doing good because we added 900,000 jobs last month, but we're losing 700,000 every single week. I don't know. You let me know what you think about that.
Let's talk about this. The White House basically calls this an infrastructure bill. And yes, there are hundreds of billions of dollars for roads and highways and bridges and for some other things that I think you can argue are infrastructure, like expanding broadband. But there are also some other parts of this bill, and I want to put them up. $213 billion for housing, $400 billion for taking care of the elderly and disabled. Brian, those may well be worthy projects, but they're not infrastructure.
Well, look, I think we really need to update what we mean by infrastructure for the 21st century. If you look at that number on housing, what we're talking about is construction, building housing all around the country to help make sure that there are more affordable housing units for people to access jobs and access economic opportunity. We're talking about construction to build things like VA facilities, our schools and community colleges, putting people to work, construction work that really needs to be done to meet commitments that we have to our veterans and others. We believe that the infrastructure of our care economy is something we have to take very seriously. If for anybody out there, many of your viewers who are parents who are taking care of an elderly parent or an adult child with disabilities, they know that if you don't have an infrastructure of care to support your loved ones, you can't effectively work. You can't effectively interact in the 21st century economy. So we think investing in the infrastructure of care.
Brian, I'm not going to argue about whether or not it's a worthy project, but the infrastructure of care, you're really stretching the word beyond all meaning. What you're doing is you're going to pay people to take care of the elderly and disabled. I mean, it's a social program.
And realistically, that's why I call this next stimulus package what it is. It's an infrastructure and a stimulus package. President Biden just unveiled the part of the physical infrastructure. The next part that's going to be unveiled is the human infrastructure. So if they're questioning whether that is infrastructure already, wait until they add in all the stimulus items that are probably going to be done. And honestly, by the end of this package, they'll probably just be saying it's a stimulus package and an infrastructure package. Bernie Sanders, who already likely knows what's in the next part of the human infrastructure package, this is going to be the second half of the infrastructure package. This is where we're likely going to see a lot of stimulus. And we have so many Democrats pushing to add in multiple stimulus provisions before this package is done. More and more support is growing for a fourth stimulus check to be added into this next package, as you can see here with this proposal for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks by Senators Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren. And by the way, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is also for a fourth stimulus check. As you can see here, 21 different lawmakers on Tuesday pressed a letter to President Joe Biden to include monthly stimulus payments and automatic extensions to unemployment insurance in his future recovery efforts, which are expected to cost up to $4 trillion in this next stimulus package. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is included in those 21 Senate Democrats. And with an expected $4 trillion price tag, there'll be lots of room to add in multiple stimulus provisions of anything that could be added in there. Stimulus checks, recurring stimulus checks, Social Security raises, student loan forgiveness. Really, the Democrats are likely going to pass this bill completely on their own with the reconciliation process. And, well, they're going to not have to negotiate between anybody but from themselves. So they're going to only be negotiating among themselves, not against the Republicans, because the Republicans are going to vote no on it anyways. So they're likely going to pass it through the reconciliation process anyways. Which actually brings us to some brand new news that just came out a few hours ago. The Senate parliamentarian has ruled, and she has ruled that the Democrats can pass two more stimulus packages with the reconciliation process this year. As you can see here, the Senate parliamentarian ruled Monday that Democrats can use the special budgetary rules, the reconciliation process, to avoid a Republican filibuster on two more pieces of legislation this year, setting the stage for President Biden's infrastructure agenda to pass in two packages with simple majority votes. I honestly think they might combine this and pass this infrastructure package all in one vote so that they only use up one reconciliation process or one reconciliation card, and then they can use the other one this year later for something else. It's a win for Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer that allows him to pass President Biden's infrastructure package by revising the fiscal 2021 budget resolution. Chuck Schumer can also pass a budget resolution for the fiscal year 2022 to do a third reconciliation package for the second half of the Biden infrastructure agenda, or the fiscal 2021 budget could be revised a third time to set up a third reconciliation package. And this goes with what I said a few days ago, where some people are, I don't know, they're listening to other sources who are saying they can't pass a reconciliation process until October of this year. And I'm like, well, that's just straight up wrong. And even the Senate parliamentarian, as you can see here on the screen, finally gave us the final vote of yes, that they can pass at least two more packages or two more bills with the budget reconciliation process. So if you heard from anywhere or anywhere else, or if you're listening to someone else that's giving you wrong information, they don't have to wait until October to pass a budget reconciliation process, another reconciliation package, just like I told you right from the get-go. All right, several more things to cover here. Number one, if you're using the IRS Get My Payment tool and you're getting status unavailable or error information doesn't match or anything like that, it might be, and I'm starting to see this from you guys in the comments, that you're putting your information in and it's not matching their computer system. So what you should try if you're getting error, status unknown, or anything like that, try a couple things. Try putting your address in all in capital letters, okay? The other thing you can try is go and get your latest statement or letter or anything you got from the IRS and look at your address, how it's printed there, and see if it's printed slightly different than you're entering it into the IRS Get My Payment tool, okay? So try that, and you just might get a different output from the IRS Get My Payment tool system. So yeah, try that. Try putting your address in all capitals. Try changing the way, instead of like maybe if your street is drive, put DR instead of drive. Try it in all capitals. Try it a couple different ways if you're trying to get information from the IRS Get My Payment tool. So I am seeing from a lot of people down below in the comments that debt is helping them, and that was able to kind of change the IRS Get My Payment tool so you're actually getting some information back out of that. Let me know if that changes for you. Of course, I don't expect it to change for everybody, but it might change for some people. You guys said below in the comments, I was seeing some people that said that does happen. Also, the majority of people on Social Security that haven't gotten their third stimulus check yet are expected to get them on Wednesday, April 7th. So literally less than 48 hours from now. So if you're still seeing IRS Get My Payment tool status unavailable, even after trying the address change, It's likely that you'll be receiving it on Wednesday. I'll keep you up to date if I see anything else. But the IRS did send out these payments on Friday, and a lot of banks actually sent these out early so that people were able to get it on Friday and Saturday. But the official payment date is for Wednesday, April 7th. Also, if you're from the VA, let me know if you got your payment early. The IRS says that you're not going to be receiving that until mid April, but I seen some comments from some people from the VA that got their stimulus checks. So let me know if you filed a tax return and that is why you got it, your check from the VA, or let us know down below in the comments. Let our family know so that they might be in the same situation and it might help them get some information. But I've seen a lot of people that think they're not going to get the third stimulus check. Social Security just sent it out on Friday. Okay, so unless you did a tax return and the IRS had your information previously, if not, they had to get it from Social Security, and the Social Security got it to them, and they just sent that out the direct deposit on Friday. That is supposed to clear on this Wednesday, April 7th. So if you got the first stimulus check and the second stimulus check, then you're going to get the third one unless your income changed or something like that, but you will be getting the third one. So don't feel discouraged or anything like that. And the good news is they're already working on the next package. So hopefully, when you get the third one, then we'll already have been working on the fourth one. So I'll keep you up to date on everything. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new upcoming videos on the upcoming round of stimulus. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live so you don't miss out on videos, which come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you didn't watch my 8 p.m. video, click on this video right here. It's really good. I go over multiple different ways that you can get other types of stimulus check or money from the government or stimulus money. I had a comments that said it's a very good video. So click on this video and watch my previous video before this if you haven't yet. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.